that live. This hangout on there is live. I don't know what week this is. I think this is like week, I don't know, like 13 of my journey learning Elm. Week 0, I think I made my declaration of that I was going to pick up web development by means of Elm. And this week 13, whatever you want to call it, yeah, I got this little product jumping off, written in Elm on the client. I got this server side, F sharp, aka server, and nonstop, consistent delivery of bits to both the client and the back end. So I could go ahead and satisfy my declaration and my objective of learning Elm, learning web development, so I could print this on my resume. Since then, what started off as a project effort it really feels like it's a solo effort. Like most human beings, people get really excited, and then once it comes to actually doing it, people start dropping off like flies. Or even if they don't drop off, they're not as committed for whatever reason, whether it's because of life or because of lack of grit, whatever it is. But I was tripping on it, but now I'm like, nah, this is meant to be, because the obstacle is the way, and this is meant for me to motivate myself so that I can define who I am with or without backing. So, whether people stay consistent and they continue to deliver or they don't, it doesn't matter, because I'm to maintain my standards of excellence. At least that's what I strive for. And I mean that. There is no filter. So with that said, this video is something that honestly I'm kind of exhausted. I'm tired, but I have to keep going. And this is what defines the haves from the have-nots. And so when that challenge is out there, the competitiveness in me, I have to go full throttle. So with that said, I'm gonna talk about a milestone that I somewhat discussed last week when I recorded, in which, what's the famous American phrase? Like, when the rubber hits the road, like this whole integration of Nikeza, the client and now the server, they start kissing. That's where I'm at right now. And so I'm trying to understand how to basically now within Elm program with side effects. And people might say like, "Oh, program with side effects? Why would you want to do that? I thought you were all functional." And well, yeah, that's what I strive to be. However, the rubber hits the road, so I need to start making web service calls. And so the Elm has this HTTP package. I imported that. I purchased this fabulous, hold up, let me share my screen. I purchased this fabulous, I'll share my screen. This fabulous, present to everyone. Okay, there we go. This fabulous website learning program called the Pragmatic Studio. And this is a major contributing factor of me being able to learn Elm and more importantly, deliver an Elm application. I paid like $50 for this, but I believe in paying for investing in myself. And this is a really good program. It really is. I highly recommend it. And they have a lot of other programs out there, for example, for Elixir as well. Um, and that Elixir is just one other example of some of the programming languages that this team teaches. So the Pragmatic Studio, I mean, they're not paying me to advocate them. I'm doing it because I really appreciate what they've provided, and I think it's $50 that is, when I have a job, is nothing. You know, it's pennies, it's peanuts, and this has a lot of value in regards to learning the Elm programming language. So with that said, what else I want to talk about? I want to pat myself on the shoulder, pat myself on the back, because this this Elm server, or I say Elm server, this Nikeza server. This is yo, why didn't you show up? Hold up. How do I go here? Nikeza server. Do I just do? Okay, there we go. So this Nikeza server. This is this is pretty much done. Like I'm very close to saying that Nikeza server 1.0 is complete. So what does that mean? Well, here's the main interface. You have some gets, you have some posts. Okay, that's pretty much it. An example of get: fetch programs, fetch YouTube, fetch WordPress, fetch links, fetch followers, fetch subscriptions, fetch providers, fetch sources, fetch content type to ID. This post: registration handler, login handler, sign off, follow handler, unsubscribe, feature, update profile, add source, remove source. I just noticed I'm missing something. There should also be an add link and remove link. Let's do that. Yo, come here. This add link. Okay. And we say add link handler. There should also be a remove link. Yeah. Here. Remove link handler. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Come here. And so we go somewhere over here. And we go ahead and try to hurry up and write this. This add link handler. Yeah. And I don't know how to do this. It should be like an add link request. Thank you. Yeah. And there should be a add link. Yeah. Come here. Okay. And then we do the same thing with this remove link. Come here. The remove link. Come here. Remove link. And we say, I don't know, is there a remove link request? And I'll take that. And over here, let me say remove link. Come here. Yeah. Okay. Shift Control B for build. Confirm that build. Everything should go green. Why is my dog hopping up and down? She about to start tripping on me now. Okay. Sooner or later, it should give me some pretty green saying like 0 error, 0 warnings. Yes, that's what I'm talking about right here. Okay, good stuff. And what else? Well, let me just go ahead and commit that and say, yo, I just added add link handler, and Cookie, chill out. I'm recording a video. You can't trip. Okay. Add link handler and Cookie, chill out. I'm recording a video. Remove link handler. Okay. Control enter. We'll go ahead and do that whole little commit part locally. Using Visual Studio Code, I'll go ahead and push that to the server. Yeah, come here. Okay. Push. And while I'm at it, I could just go to my GitHub and look at how cool I am. Look at the latest commit. Come here. Yeah. And I don't know how to do that. There should be like a insight pulse or something. And I should be able to click on, I don't look at commits. Honestly, I don't know how to look at commits. Oh, hold up. Oh, I know I just edited the route.fs, so I could go to, here's this yell. That sounds like it. And that looks familiar. Okay. So this is on GitHub. What else can I talk about? Well, I said the rubber hits the road. The rubber, hold up, no. The road, metaphorically, is the server. The rubber, metaphorically, is the client that's written in Elm. So that's it. Come here. That's it. I edited this home.elm, and I have this whole notion of the submit registration, The submit registration basically operates on a result type, in which a result type can be okay or error. All right. If it's an error, well, that's the type, error. And for everything being okay, well, it's going to operate on a string. Okay. The submit registration is defined under my messages. Type message within my home.elm. Okay. So that's it. We can see how this is being used over here, which I haven't really, this is going to change right here. This submit registration union case, there's a pattern match for OK, in which we operate on JSON. There's a pattern match on error, in which we operate on, well, ultimately they're both JSON and error is a string. I need to update what to do with this for the error. I need to update what to do with this for the OK part, as in it being successful. And to appreciate what this is doing, we scroll down a little bit more. Oh, where are you at? Come here. Where is this at? We scroll down some. We see we have a register URL, which is basically a value of type string. Here's the URL that we rely on for registering a profile. Okay. And right now, this could change because I don't really understand what I'm doing for posting data to a server. The example I was looking at in Pragmatic Studio was their example of retrieving data from a server. So this could change right here. This whole register URL, get string, and then send. And then I have this submit registration, which again is a message. This message, I'm still trying to figure out what all this stuff means. So anyway, this is my first attempt of starting to integrate Elm client to, I keep saying Elm client, Nikeza client to Nikeza server. And so with that said, that's pretty much it. There's a lot of, to show you an example of all the different client requests that need to basically rely on on the server, I could take you to this elm dot, or where are we at? I could take you to this, where are we at? There should be a, this is domain server, okay? The server is basically the gateway of the Nikeza client to the actual Nikeza server. So we see add link, isn't implemented. We see remove link isn't implemented. Topic links, all these are requests that Elm has defined or declared that ultimately our server does handle. We just haven't wired it up yet to the client. So the server.elm is the actual file that contains the implementation of web service calls to Nikeza server. Now, this Nikeza web application can run in complete isolation of Nikeza server by means of, it's been a while since I looked at this, by means of, if I go to settings over here, by means of the configuration that's set. So right now, the configuration is set to isolation, meaning our Nikeza client can run in complete isolation in which it doesn't rely on any external system in order for it to work. Hence, it relying on this isolation case value. But there's two case values that are under the configuration type. There's isolation, as I mentioned earlier or previously. There's integration. Integration, when we set that to integration, that integration, which is pretty much, that's all we have to do, is going to point to the implementation details that rely on the Nikeza server, okay? So this runtime is either going to be integration or it's going to be isolation, right? For the longest, I've been running this in isolation, in which I have a test API that returns or has the implementation details of try login, try register, provider, providers, links, add link, remove links, topic links. I could keep on going, okay? Now, the rubber hits the road. I'm talking about this integration. This integration, this relies on the external system. This relies on the Nikeza server. The Nikeza server is this file over here. Links, add link, remove link, topic links, all this stuff. Oh, hold up. No. I said that wrong. No, am I right? Yeah. Hold on. Why does this look different? All this is still within the Elm app. Okay, yeah. So this stuff right here, more likely is either going to, this whole file is either going to be deleted, because based on the example that I gave, this is really helping me think. Based on the example that I gave, it may be that all the implementation details are really handled up here under my command section of my home file, okay? This register returns a command. So every web service call ultimately is going to be tightly coupled to a command message, okay? And so that makes me think now that this server.elm is probably not even needed, and can probably, this whole file can probably be deleted, probably, because the Elm architecture, whenever it has to interact with the outside world, aka I/O, aka input output, it does that by using commands. Specifically, a command operates on a message, okay? So there's going to be a register. Well, there's going to be a try register. There's going to be a try login. There's going to be add link. There's going to be remove link. There's going to be get platforms, right? There's going to be Git topics, and I am willing to bet that those implementation details are going to be housed in this file of the command section of home.elm and not in this server.elm, based on, again, the architecture that Elm establishes, in which it relies on commands to interact with external systems, the outside world. So this is helpful. This is helping me think out loud. Okay. So like this whole register thingy, this, I mean, I'm a attention to detail. You know, or it'd really be like try register, right? This register. Oh, that's a, hold on. I did that wrong. This down here should probably be try register. Yeah. Yeah, come here. Okay. And there will probably be a try login. But yeah, you get the pattern. Okay. So this is therapeutic. This is helping me understand as I say out loud or verbalize out loud what things are looking at, both from the trenches and from a high level. And let me go back. Let me stop sharing. Okay. So I pretty much broke down the where I'm at within the project Nikeza of this rubber hitting the road integration, and that's pretty much it. I last video I posted, I see light at the end of the tunnel, and I am accelerating because I want to get this done. I want to put this on my resume, and I want to find out what's next for mainstream employers to deny me why they don't want to hire me. So, and the more I demonstrate what I know, the more I deliver, the more all eyes are on them for what they really are. And that could be a completely different discussion. But that's it. So can't stop, won't stop. The obstacle is the way. I use this to define me, and I am out. Adios, te veo avartito. I am Scott Nimrod. What? Miami Beach by means of or by way of Cleveland, Ohio. Adios. Trust the process. That's what I'm doing. Buy John Sonmez t-shirt. I got one I was rocking yesterday. All right, I'm out. Bye. Peace.